All right, folks, this is your boy Z, and I'm gonna this is just my thoughts after the Cowboys officially signed Andy Dalton, and I'm gonna explain the reason for this signing, and I'm gonna explain the reason why the Cowboys still have not gave Dak Prescott an extension. Now I've said it before in my other video, right? For those, if you go watch my other video, I last said on Dak a couple of months ago, right? How ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, Snoop Dogg, right, who's a Steeler fan, want to talk about Dak. Let me explain this to y'all right now so you can understand this. Football is a business. It's all about winning. Okay? If you're not winning, you're gonna find yourself being replaced. If you're a star quarterback of a football team such as Dak Prescott here, and in your last 3 seasons you've done no different than when Tony Romo was there this whole time, and Tony Romo was there for 10 years and did nothing, right? Y'all seen Jerry Jones basically break the bank, give Romo all that money in the bank, right? Well over $100 million that Tony Romo has made over the last 10 years with the Cowboys, right? And the best that Tony Romo has gotten us, right, was out the first round. He was always a second round exit every time. Losing to the Green Bay Packers twice in his career, right? Losing to the Giants, the Seahawks, right? We've seen this. So with that being said, Jerry Jones is tired of losing. He's fed up at this time, right? Jerry Jones has seen Nick Foles as a backup, right? Carson Wentz getting injured, but Nick Foles as a backup take the Philadelphia Eagles to their first Super Bowl and win and beat the New England Patriots, right? This is all that's happened since Dak. Let me explain to y'all everything that's happened since Dak Prescott has been the starting quarterback of the Cowboys, right? So we saw we seen the Eagles, right? In 2017, 2018, right? They win their first Super Bowl, right? Then we have Lamar Jackson just this last season, right? Lamar, right? 23 years old, be MVP. Dak has still not been an MVP yet, right? We've seen Jared Goff, right? Jared Goff, who started around the same time Dak did, okay? And in his second, I think it was his third season, right? Again, just like Dak, this man takes his Rams to the Super Bowl and actually beats Dak in the playoffs to get there, right? He beats Dak in the playoffs and then he balls out in the NFC Championship game to go to a Super Bowl, right? Yeah, they didn't know they lost to New England, but he still got his team there. Jared Goff, okay? So I'm just want y'all to see this, right? Look at what's transpired. Patrick Mahomes, right? 24 years old. Again, Dak started before him. Dak had a head start, right? Dak got drafted before Mahomes came in. This is Patrick Mahomes who again got the same treatment that Brett Favre did, right? Brett Favre, Steve Young, Brady. They sat they rookie year on the bench. This is Patrick Mahomes who sat on the bench, right? His second year as a starter, again, won the league MVP. Took New England to overtime, right? Then came back the following season, got hurt, missing 5 games. Last season, Mahomes missed 5 freaking games. Then came back and they lost to the Tennessee Titans, right? Then Mahomes goes on a win streak, right? They get to the playoffs. They return to the playoffs. They go in the AFC Championship game and they get their revenge on Tennessee. Mahomes goes to the Super Bowl and beats Jimmy G. And speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, again, look at Jimmy G, right? Was on the bench most of his career, sitting behind Brady. Finally gets his opportunity 2 years ago, right? And now this last season, this man was in the Super Bowl, right? So again, look at all that's transpired. Dak still has done absolutely nothing. Just last season, this man lost to an 0-4 New York Jets team. We got blown out. The Jets looked good, okay? And they had coaches. That head coach is garbage, Drew. I'm sorry. I don't know why they signed that man, right? But they beat the Cowboys. And then to add salt to the room, we lose to a Chicago Bears team that was 8-8 that didn't even make the playoffs, right? We lose to the Bears, right? Mitch Trubisky was, again, the Bears was a total letdown, right? They let everybody down, but they beat the Cowboys, right? And then Dak Prescott loses to a Philadelphia Eagles team that's completely beat up. They got like 23 guys, most of their starters hurt, right? From Darius Rose, everybody down is hurt, right? D-Jack was hurt too. He didn't play. But then you got beat up by a defense that's a bunch of third-string guys. The practice squad beat Dak Prescott's offense, right? Yeah, Jason Garrett is part of the blame, but Dak is that quarterback at the end of the day. So with that being said, the front office, right, Jerry and Steven, they not sold on Dak. Okay, so you got to understand this. Before Jerry Jones pays Dak an extension, this is a test. You see, because this is how smart Jerry Jones is. And y'all forgot, Jerry Jones won 3 He brought 3 rings to the Cowboys, right? To the organization. He brought 3 rings to Texas, right? But see, back then he had Troy Aikman that he drafted out of UCLA, right? Emmitt Smith, right? You've had Michael Irvin. So again, Jerry Jones knows how to build a team. But Jerry Jones is not about to waste a whole lot of money. He's finna give Dak, right, over $50 million guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Like $100-something, $100 million, right? $115 million, $90-some million contract, and this man is not getting the job done. He's not winning enough games. Last season, that was horrible, dude. So you mean to tell me Dak deserves extension after what happened last season? Hell no. No, I wouldn't pay Dak all that money either. Dak needs to prove himself, right? And you got to understand, Ezekiel Elliott was a must. We need Ezekiel Elliott. The Cowboys have won championships off running backs, right? Tony Dorsett, Emmitt Smith, right? We've had Marion Barber, Julius Jones. Those guys have helped the Cowboys get the playoffs off the run game, right? That's Jerry Jones' philosophy, is to run the football. So Ezekiel's case is a little bit more different. Plus, Jerry Jones was showing that he had Ezekiel Elliott's back, right? We need Ezekiel Elliott, right? Because even when, let's say if Andy Dalton here was at quarterback, having Ezekiel Elliott as the running back, that'll make Andy Dalton look good. And I'm going to get to Andy Dalton before I end this video, right? But again, man, Dak Prescott, in his case here, this young man here, again, this dude has to prove himself. So next season, right, this next coming season, the 2020-21 season, let's see can Dak win more games than he did last year. Let's see him get a high record. Let's see if Dak can win 11 or 12 games next season. Like, let's see him get the same record he got as his rookie year, right? When he went, what was it, like 12 and 12 and 4? Where he won 12 games? Or 12 and 2. I think he only had 2 losses, right? And that was to the Giants. But let's see can this man win at least 12, 13 games, right? Let's see him finish the season with the record that Lamar Jackson had with the Ravens, right? Let's see can Dak get an MVP award, all right, under Mike McCarthy. Let's see can Dak finally get this Cowboy team out the second round that Tony Romo still never did, right? And let's see can this man win an NFC Championship game, okay? Because the 49ers, who is the NFC rival, right, the most hated team that we can't stand, that us Cowboys fans especially don't like, has already won 2 NFC Championship games in the last 10 years, okay? With Kaepernick, then with Jimmy Garoppolo. And again, Kaepernick don't nearly have the arm that Prescott got, right? And this is Dak who got, again, we got Ezekiel Elliott on the contract. We just signed Amari Cooper, right? We just brought in CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma, right? We still got Randall Cobb, okay? Michael Gallup. So he still got a nice, solid receiver core, and we got a young tight end, okay? Let's see what Dak Prescott do. Let's see can Dak Prescott get this team to Super Bowl 55, right? That's one I want to see. Matter of fact, let's see can he get his revenge and defeat Tom Brady. Since Brady's no longer a Patriot, he has no excuses. If we play the Buccaneers, let's see can Dak Prescott defeat 42-year-old Tom Brady, right? Because again, and y'all know how I was. I was the main one, pretty much. I was co-signing for Dak, right, in 2016. I told you that Dak deserved to be a starter, right? Since he's a young man, give him a chance, right? I told y'all that. I gave this man a chance. I was one of the biggest Dak Prescott fans out there, repping him on YouTube. Yep, besides Mark Holmes, I was the only one really riding out for Dak, right? Shouts out to other YouTubers who, again, supported Dak, but I was one of the main Dak supporters, right? Y'all saw that. I told y'all Tony Romo needed to go, right? And again, Romo was my quarterback, but he didn't do a good job, dude. Let's just be honest, right? He could not give us a Super Bowl. But here Dak is in his 4th year, right? He's no longer a rookie no more. This man still has not done it. Why Jared Goff, okay? And the Cowboys had just as good as a team as them, right? Why is Jared Goff, right, who was benched for Chase Keenum his rookie year, right? But why does Jared Goff go to Super Bowl, right? You lost to Carson Wentz last year, who's been injured the last 2 years in a row. Won a Super Bowl off injury, but you lost to him, right? That's what I don't understand. Why Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson can ball out, but not Dak? Again, y'all got to explain yourselves to you Cowboy fans, right? The ones that's complaining about Dak getting a contract, man, he's done absolutely nothing. Nothing, okay? He's played no better than Tony Romo. Okay? Let's just get that out the way now. No better than Tony Romo. Right? And people love to bring up the race card. Race ain't got nothing to do with it, right? It's the same reason why Colin Kaepernick not in the league no more, right? If you're not good, you're not going to be given a whole lot of money. You're not going to be signed a long-term deal. Now, this is why the Cowboys got Andy Dalton, right? Now, we saw what happened to Marcus Mariota last season, right? Marcus Mariota got benched for Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is a veteran, right? Who's been in the league a lot longer than Mariota, right? Remember, this is a Ryan Tannehill who I explained before. Again, his wins was what got the Miami Dolphins into the playoffs in 2016. Even though he didn't play, he was out, right? Andy Dalton proved last year that he was on a terrible team. Mike Vrabel and that Tennessee Titans is a far better organization as of right now than the Miami Dolphins. They're a better franchise. Let's just be honest. The Miami Dolphins have done nothing since Dan Marino. Okay, and that was back in the 90s and 80s. Right? The Tennessee Titans, since they've had Steve McNair, have went to numerous AFC championships, right? They went to a Super Bowl. But again, you've seen them in the playoffs numerous times, right? When Vince Young, you had Chris Johnson, right? We've seen this. Mariota had a shot already, right? Because remember, Mariota was in the playoffs too in 2016, right? Just like Dak was the same year, right? We've seen this. Mariota had a shot. Mariota wasn't getting the job done. Mariota almost didn't, because of Mariota, they almost didn't make the playoffs. Mariota was losing too many games, so they put in Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill balled out, right? Ryan Tannehill showed Mariota how the job is done. Ryan Tannehill defeated the New England Patriots, which was defending, reigning AFC championship team, right? Undisputed AFC champions. And he also knocked off the Tennessee Titans, who was the hottest team, right? That's why Ryan Tannehill deserved his money, because Ryan Tannehill knocked off two of the AFC's most top contenders, right? New England and Baltimore. He knocked off the defending Super Bowl champion Tom Brady, and he knocked off Lamar Jackson. He took Lamar Jackson to school pretty much, right? Notice Ryan Tannehill was able to make plays downfield and score a touchdown. Lamar Jackson did not. Ryan Tannehill made more plays than Lamar Jackson did in the game, right? Go back and go look at that Ravens and Titans game from last year, right? That's why Ryan Tannehill deserves his money. So now, the reason why Dalton is here is because of insurance policy, right? Because Jerry Jones believes in, keeping his, again, he believes in having a plan B. If Dak starts screwing up like he did last season, right, and he start losing 5-6 games in a row, they're going to put in Andy Dalton. And I'm going to be very honest right now. Andy Dalton is not that bad of a coach. The problem with Andy Dalton, he may have had the same situation as Ryan Tannehill. He's just in a bad organization. Cincinnati is terrible. Let's be honest, right? They had Marvin Lewis for 20 years and did absolutely nothing. Marvin Lewis was just a disappointment year after year, right? They just signed a new head coach, right? He's still young. Cincinnati is in complete rebuild mode. Andy Dalton's only getting older, so they believe that Andy Dalton might can have a run that Tannehill did. And if Andy Dalton gets put in, let's say if Dak gets hurt, or let's say if Dak gets benched because he loses too many games, he put Andy Dalton. If Andy Dalton starts winning 8-9 games in a row, right? And he does what Tannehill did last year, where let's say he knocks off Drew Brees, right? Or he knocks off Tom Brady, or let's say he knocks off the Minnesota Vikings, or even the San Francisco 49ers. Then Andy Dalton is going to get an extension. He's going to remain the starting quarterback for the rest of the next 3 years, right? Because with Mike McCarthy is good at developing quarterbacks, right? Mike McCarthy turned Aaron Rodgers into the star we see today. Okay, so let's just be honest. And this was a Green Bay Packers team who was a wild card team that Mike McCarthy was able to give Aaron Rodgers, right, the right plays and the right players to win that championship and win a Super Bowl. Okay? Through Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers was a league MVP. Right? So this is why Andy Dalton is there, because again, Jerry Jones is taking a page off Mike Vrabel's playbook. He saw what the Titans did last year, so now he's doing the same thing. Right? This is why Andy Dalton is there. But Dak is going to have to prove it. Dak don't deserve no big contract. I'm sorry, man. He don't. Last season was freaking horrible, man. That's inexcusable. Yeah, Jason Garrett, we know was a problem, but Dak is the one at quarterback. Dak is the one throwing the football. Dak is the one under center. Right? Dak is the one, telling these receivers where to go. He's the one on here running plays, right? Yeah, the coaching staff is giving him plays, but Dak is the one that got to throw the football, right? Again, part of this is on him. See, again, man, everybody loves to blame the coaching staff, right? You like to blame the owner, but you don't want to blame these players, man. You don't. I'm sorry, man. I'm not sold on Dak no more. I'm sorry. I can't give Dak no excuses. I'm not giving Dak a free ride. I'm a Cowboys fan who's tired of waiting, man. I really am. Again, the 49ers have went to 2 Super Bowls in a 10-year span, right? 2012, right? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, right? 20. Again, they've been to the Super Bowl 9 years ago, and now they just in it last year with 2 different quarterbacks. How long do we got to wait until we get there, right? That's why Jerry Jones is not having it no more. He's not having it, right? Yes, Ezekiel Elliott, that was a must. We needed, because notice, right? When Ezekiel Elliott was suspended for 7 games 2 years ago, the Cowboys tanked. Dak Prescott couldn't even get that team to the playoffs then. That's how important Ezekiel Elliott is, right? So we need Ezekiel Elliott. We need Amari Cooper, right? Amari Cooper is a solid number 1. With CeeDee Lamb and Randall Cobb, we got our 3 main receivers with Michael Gallup. And even then, man, Dak needs to work on throwing the ball a little bit more. This man has overthrown the football to Michael Gallup at least 8-9 times, even last season, right? We lost games because Dak could not connect with Gallup downfield like he was supposed to. Okay? Yeah, Garrett was part of the problem. Now he's gone, right? So you got no excuses now. Jason Garrett is no longer there. And let me say this about Dez Bryant. I know Dez Bryant just wrote that article, man. Dez Bryant is a freaking fool because Dez Bryant was the main one complaining about Dak when he was signed, right? Y'all saw that 2 years ago, right? Dak was whining and complaining that Dak ain't throwing him the football, this and that. He said all these mean things about Dak. Dez Bryant had to go, right? And for one, Dez Bryant couldn't play no more. Let's just be honest, man. If Dez would have got hurt, that would have been our money gone. Money would have been down the drain. This is the same Dez Bryant that when he got signed to the New Orleans Saints, right before that playoff series started, right, a season ago, right, 2 seasons ago, right, that man got injured the week he was at practice. Dez ain't got no business talking about nobody right now. That dude that dude looks like a damn fool, man, trying to get attention, like Larry Johnson. Hey, man, Dez should have no business opening up his mouth and saying nothing about Dak. Well, you didn't even trust Dak when you stepped in. Even when Dak, again, even in 2016, when Dak became Rookie of the Year, co-Rookie of the Year with Ezekiel Elliott, right? Dez Bryant was still complaining. Dez was complaining fighting amongst Dak on and off the field for them 2 seasons. So Jerry Jones ain't finna have another Terrell Owens. He ain't finna have another T.O. there. Dez had to go. Because since we cut Dez, the Cowboys were still able to rebound. The Cowboys still make the playoffs without him. Yes, Dak can get you to the playoffs, but Dak needs to prove himself. Dak needs to get this team out the second round, right? I say Jerry Jones will give this Dak no extension until he gets this team to an NFC Championship game, right? Until we can go to Super Bowl 55 and win a Super Bowl, win number 6. Dak don't deserve no contract. I'm sorry, man. He don't deserve no extension. So this is why Andy Dalton's there, right? Because if Dak start messing up, Andy Dalton's finna take his position. That's just what's gonna happen, right? They finna, again, Dak gonna find himself in the same boat that Marcus Mariota is in if he don't step his game up. That's just all it is to it. Okay, this is a business. You gotta win games. We not here to make friends, right? We can't be playing favoritism. Jerry Jones playing favoritism with Tony Romo is why the Cowboys was in the hole we've been in, right? Again, Jerry Jones has learned a lesson with Tony Romo. It's not happening no more. Jerry Jones have gave Tony Romo 2 big contract extensions, right, within that 10-year period. And again, Tony Romo could not deliver at all. We just kept getting the same result year in and year out. Not to mention we had 3 years of 8-8. 3 years of 8-8. And what does Dak do last year? 8-8. It's not happening no more, man. That's done. We cannot have that no more. Okay? Yeah, I know I sound passionate, but again, it's business now. It's time to step the game up. Now that we got Mike McCarthy in the building, it's time for a change. Whoever ain't winning, whoever's not producing, they gotta go. That's just all it is to it. Because it makes no sense that Jimmy Garoppolo, right, who's been on the bench for like 4 seasons, right, could come in last year, right, win all those games and actually go to the Super Bowl, but Dak can't even get out the second round, right? Dak couldn't even outplay Jared Goff last year, right, to go to the Super Bowl, right? It can't happen no more. Or last season, 2 years ago, right? This dude got beat by Jared Goff. No, man, that's unacceptable, right? So some of y'all need to get out y'all feelings, man. Stop playing that black card. Right? I'm serious. right? Because the Tennessee Titans benching Marcus Mariota for Ryan Tannehill is what got them to the AFC Championship game. Okay? Again, this is what Jerry Jones is looking at, man. Y'all gotta see these things. Okay? Again, look what the Ravens. The Ravens basically got rid of Flacco, right? And brought in Lamar Jackson. Look what that turned out for him, right? Yeah, Lamar is still young, right? He's still got a lot to grow, but again, the Ravens are looking good. They're looking solid. Right? Look at Patrick Mahomes. They finally let go Alex Smith. Okay? And the Reed say Alex Smith is not working out. We're not going to extend his contract. You're gone. Yeah, they could have easily signed Alex Smith and had him take a backup role, right? And give him a chance to win a ring. But no, Alex Smith wasn't cutting the mustard. He wasn't getting the job done. This is Alex Smith who kept losing year in and year out. For the last 4 years, Alex Smith has took an L in the playoffs, right? And he's had a good team built around him. Alex Smith has had Dwayne Bowe before he left, right? You've had Tyreek Hill. You had Kareem Hunt before he got suspended, right? You've had all these other good players, these other good receivers, right? Travis Kelce all that time. Patrick Mahomes proved himself to be the better quarterback, and he was younger, okay? But in this case, Dak actually has no excuses, man. If Dak wants his money, he's gonna have to prove himself, right? This next season is a test. Because again, we went 8-8 last year. That's horrible, man. That's unacceptable. I'm not having that at all. I'm not taking it. I can't accept it. I'm not having that. Right? And you gotta understand, these Cowboys, the rest of these players on the team, they not gonna keep taking it no more, right? Travis Frederick is already retired, right? We lost him, right? And we're gonna lose more players if he don't step his game up. See, this is why teams don't keep a lot of their good players, because they don't win enough games. The management don't show these players that they're willing to win and do what it takes to win. They bring in the wrong kind of people. They play favoritism and give the wrong type of person extension that don't need to be there no more. No, favoritism is not going to win. It's just not. Favoritism is not going to cut it no more. Right? That's just not happening. Jerry Jones has learned his lesson. Right? And Jerry Jones not going to let you manipulate him neither. I'm sorry, man, but Dak, again, man, Dak has been the starting quarterback for the last 3 seasons. Dak needs to be better than 8-8. I'm sorry. To go from the playoffs and then go back 8-8 again, no, we ain't having that no more. Hell no. The Cowboys got too good of a team, too good of a defense. Matter of fact, part of the reason why the defense fell so much because Dak kept putting the football. I've told y'all that time and time again on this channel. As good as your defense is, if your offense can't produce enough first downs to keep your defense off the field and give them enough rest, and your offense not scoring enough touchdowns, your defense is going to eventually get worn out. And they're not going to be able to close out games. That was, again, the problem we was having with the Cowboys, right? Dak kept going 3 and out. He was punting more times than he was scoring touchdowns. And even my friend at work, my friend Brandon even told me, man, he's not impressed with Dak. He been saying we need to get rid of Dak too. Now I understand what he's talking about. No, man, this man don't deserve extension until he gets this team to the NFC Championship game. Right? If Dak could get this team to the NFC Championship game, then he'd be making progress. Until then, hell no. And if he starts losing 5 games in a row with Mike McCarthy, bench him for Andy Dalton. I'm going to say that right now. Okay? So get that through your skulls now. Y'all just gotta face facts. Because sometimes to win a Super Bowl and win a championship, right, you got to make certain sacrifices. Right? And I don't mean satanic. Y'all got to get your heads off the gutter, man. Right? Why every time people bring up the word sacrifice, y'all got to break up the devil, man? Y'all minds, man, y'all watching too many conspiracy theories. No, what I mean by sacrificing, you got to basically cut certain people. Right? Even though it may hurt your fan base, you got to give other people opportunity that can play better. Right? That's what I mean by sacrifices. So if that means, right, cutting Dak Prescott, right, or bitching Dak because he's losing too many games and giving Andy Dalton a shot, because Andy Dalton may play actually good, just as good as Ryan Tannehill. Andy Dalton may shine with what we got. Because again, you got Mari Cooper, right? You got Randall Cobb, Michael Gallup, right? You got CeeDee Lamb. Andy Dalton making win games with this team. Andy Dalton can get you to the playoffs. I've seen it happen before. He's not a bad quarterback. Andy Dalton may be able to go on a run like Tannehill did last season, right? Where he actually gets his team to an NFC Championship game. He may actually win. This guy may actually beat the Seattle Seahawks, the Green Bay Packers, the Saints, Buccaneers, or even the Vikings to advance to Super Bowl 55 in Tampa. right? Andy Dalton may be that guy. Okay, so you gotta understand it. Dak may just might not just be the quarterback. He may just be better as a backup, or he may not be a good NFL quarterback. Because y'all gotta understand this. There's pro quarterbacks and there's college quarterbacks. Quarterbacks like Johnny Manziel, right? Tim Tebow. What was it? Jamarcus Russell, right? Those were good college quarterbacks. They just wasn't good NFL quarterbacks. Sam Bradford, too. Sam Bradford was a good college quarterback, just not a good NFL quarterback. Some quarterbacks just can't handle the pressure of being on the big stage. They just can't. Right? Then you got guys like Brady, right? Steve Young, Joe Montana, Troy Aikman, right? Terry Bradshaw, Mahomes last year, Aaron Rodgers, right? Those guys can handle the spotlight. Big Ben too, right? It is prime. They can handle it. Those are NFL style quarterbacks. Those are pro quarterbacks. Dak may not just be able to, may not be up to it. And plus two, man, Dak may not mentally be there. This man just lost his older brother just weeks ago. That's another thing too you got to think about. Dak's head mentally might not be focused all the way on football, right? This man is dealing with the death of his family. His older brother was Jace Prescott was also a football player in college. He played for Northwestern, right? Northwestern is in mourning right now of their former alumni. So you got to understand this too. Dak right now may not be mentally focused. Because losing a brother, a sister, especially a moms and pops, that can affect people very differently, man. Some people get affected big time. All right? So that's another thing too, man. That's what Jerry Jones is looking at. Dak may not even be mentally focused. Right? Even though, yeah, he's going to definitely dedicate next season to his brother. Again, his family is literally, and plus with the COVID-19, people came and buried their family. They came and have a proper burial. So again, man, this is a lot weighing on Dak Prescott's shoulders. But Dak is going to have to prove himself. He's going to have to produce. Right? Because we can't be paying him all this money and we go through another 5-6 years of him playing like Tony Romo. That can't happen. Him going 8-8 was basically Tony Romo all over again. I don't want to see that no more. I done had enough of that. We've had enough 8-8s. So that's why. But anyways, folks, so that's the video, man. I hope y'all can understand, but that's just how I feel. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that's just the facts. Anyways, man, y'all stay blessed, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.